Hello, beautiful souls. With you here is Tracy, Kylie, and Ebony from Embody Medora. Welcome to our Taurus full moon lunar eclipse overview for the 19th of November 2021, where we'll be sharing with you an esoteric overview, tarot reading, and affirmation for each sign during this energy.
Okay, so we'll start with just a little reminder and a deeper, let's say, understanding of what this eclipse actually means for us, other than just being something, like awesome to watch in the sky. All eclipses represent transformation, and this is the third of four for 2021, with the final one being on the 4th of December in Sagittarius, but that one's a solar eclipse. So solar eclipses represent a more masculine aspect of the energy, meaning that it's about action, whilst these lunar eclipses represent the feminine energies, meaning it's all about integrating our experiences. So esoterically, eclipses in any manner really force us to confront our own shadow nature or the dark side of our subconscious, and are a sign or indication from the greater scope of the universe that there is something truly like transformational and some big change on its way, which is usually a big or like serious life-changing event that can show up anytime in the weeks before or after the eclipse. This is like an energy that is present for quite some time. It's that powerful. These solar eclipses normally last longer than lunar eclipses, but that doesn't mean that the lunar eclipse is less potent. It's actually the opposite because it's more condensed. So the lunar eclipse on the 19th in Taurus is an earth moon, and it's an energy that's going to challenge the physical body, and the waves that are going to flow in are the ones that are physically based. They're earth waves, so they can rearrange things like laws and structures and organizations, and they're all filtering down into the physical aspect of where we are now. So being a lunar energy, as hard as it might seem when we're in it, it's really best to just lean in and go with the flow and ride all of those waves rather than try to maintain the status quo, no matter how like wavy and washy and uncomfortable things seem. Eventually, if we flow along and just lean into it, we'll start to feel more sure about the places that we've chosen to stand. So as this eclipse magnifies its energy, it kind of becomes like a super moon that's amped up on coffee and energy drinks all at the same time. And it's forcing us to wake up and to snap out of it and to take a path that's less traveled in our own right, in our own lives, so that we really have to choose to take action. So it's essentially giving us that shake up in order to affect change for what's coming next. And big things are coming down the line. These earth sign eclipses, just like this one, usually involve physical actions and structure. These are like the qualities of the earth signs, and it often becomes a case of having to proceed with caution, because these can be a time where we're kind of like thinking that we're seeing and understanding and knowing what's really happening, but really we've just got no idea because we're not able to see the full picture. So there could be shifts around all of these physical things: the earth, our physical bodies, as I said, laws, procedures, structures, systems, buildings, and even governments. So this moon is in alignment with the North Node in Gemini. It's focusing energy on intellectual growth and working to improve curiosity and communication. So with the Taurus moon, it's really asking us to recognize our own strength and to learn what we're capable of and willing to be responsible for, to stand in our own power and to feel safe in our own ability and our right to self-govern. So this axis is teetering between wanting to be free to do things, to go, to have, to be, and wanting to feel safe, secure, and grounded. So esoterically, it's literally saying to us, what do you want freedom from, and what is it that you truly fear? So Scorpio doesn't mess around in this respect. It wants to go deep. It wants to uncover. It wants to get to the heart of how we really feel. So this is what this lunar eclipse is doing for us. as all of the following eclipses leading into 2022 and half of 2023 are on this same axis. These two signs are catalysts to keep ushering in this change. So in a way, this first eclipse is a window into the future. So just watch carefully what happens and be mindful of where you're placing your own energy, because it will set up the tone for the future of what's coming next. But no pressure, right? We really have to see and experience the distortions before we can balance all the issues and come back together. So let's see if we can have a look at what's happening from your side, Trace.
Yes, thanks, Carl. So I drew a couple of tarot cards just around the energy overall for this eclipse, and then I went further into how to look at the actual Taurus-Scorpio axis kind of relationship there. The cards that came out for the general overview of this lunar eclipse were the Hanged Man and the Sun, and it's really interesting then that the actual Sun comes out with a lunar eclipse energy. So I think that balance of the masculine and feminine is really prominent here, as you said, Kyle's there. So this really felt to me like a summer shower on a day you're not expecting it. The sun is still shining, yet it's raining, and you weren't really expecting this, or you weren't really hoping for it, but it's going to allow us a bit of time and space and a real nice pause before the sun then returns to light our path. And with the eclipse, this really felt to me that it might not be a snap decision. It may not be like it's flicking a switch, but it's going to be more this guidance and drive to be continually open and really ready on looking at things in a new way. There's going to be here the opportunity for new ways of understanding yourself and embracing all those darker parts of yourself that you may not have been willing to look at before. This is going to be an opportunity here of new ways of letting the light in, which is the sun energy they're coming through. When I looked at the eclipse and the energy around Scorpio and Taurus, we had two other cards come out, which were the Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. And with these two cards, I really felt that it was going to be about new ways, again, of seeing things and letting go of old ways of thinking about things. And this is going to be coming through in a very practical and tangible ways to work with. With the Page of Pentacles, we're talking about focus and progress and doing our own due diligence on what is happening around us. So this is really bringing awareness of not just happily following along with what other people are doing or the status quo or what you've done before, but this is going to be about searching for your own window of opportunity, because wishing for things now isn't going to be enough. We're really beginning to, I think, understand that on a 3D level as much as ever before. Now, the Ten of Swords was significant in this axis at a real turning point of enlightenment, and it really brought through the Scorpio energy, I thought, as us becoming much more clear on what it is we don't want and no longer need, and cutting through those illusions that have been imprinted upon us. So just be gentle with yourself, and feeling disillusioned is okay. Not having all the answers yet is okay, because these are really the first steps of true awareness and acknowledging self, and that you don't have to know where you want to be right now. It's knowing where we are and what we don't want, really, that's enough to kind of get us moving with this energy. So if things have been uncomfortable or uncertain for you, the 10 is asking you to be willing to put things behind you as the Page brings you through practical ways that you can move forward. And the message, the words that came through with these two cards is it's always darkest before the dawn. So now for your individual star signs, we have put together a little bit more of an esoteric look, and a tarot card for each, and we have an affirmation and crystal. We always suggest watching probably the sun sign, the ascending sign, and your moon sign for you. So there'll be three or maybe two or three readings that you might watch. It's going to give you a really much more well-rounded picture and reading for your soul.
Okay, so starting with Aries in as a sun sign, it's important to express yourself under the light of this moon. Aries, even if it's hard to know what the eclipse ruled drama is bringing for you next. Just sit in your energy instead of wasting energy projecting grandiose ideas about the future. Expressing your feelings about the present moment in real time is going to be of value for you. Processing your feelings as they happen will help you stay ready for anything that's coming. If your moon is in Aries, to reorient the emotions here so that they come under the dominance of your mental body, meaning you need to learn to understand your emotions so that you are then willing to acknowledge them. And then when they're balanced, you can harness that power of heart energy in forming new ideas. So add a little logic to your feelings and give yourself time to respond rather than react.
Your card is the Page of Swords. This card is about clear thoughts and a clear mind. Anything that you can do for this full moon that help clear your head and bring you clarity in what ideas and inspirations are coming through to you now. This will be a time for you to apply logic and reason to your most grand of plans. What can you release from your past that simply does not make logical sense for you to hold on to any longer? It's important for you, Aries, to be responsible and reasonable here with your requests. If you can challenge yourself and express yourself with refreshing honesty, you'll be unlocking new doors. Now, take some deep breaths and drop your shoulders and ask yourself, what are you going to use this sword for? What are you ready to cut away? And then just notice what comes and notice what you see.
Your affirmation is, I remove all self-limiting beliefs and open my mind to receive new inspirations. I step forward with clarity and trust in what is coming to me. And so it is. Work with the crystal sodalite for logic and intuition during this period of time.
Esoteric view for Taurus. Check out of your stresses and check into your pleasures. With all of the eclipse-induced changes taking place under this lunation, it's important for you earth signs to feel safe and secure in every possible way. So surround yourself with things that make you feel well taken care of. If your moon is in Taurus, you can tune into your powerful ability to create or manifest, because it is the operative energy of form nature as a vehicle for the fulfillment of your desire. As the moon represents form, life, it serves humanity through creating and nurturing archetypal patterns. So find out where within you hold your own safety.
Two of Wands for you. Taurus, it's time for you to make a plan. Write it down, nut out what your heart and soul are yearning for, and what steps you can begin to make now to make that happen. This card is one of inspired action. It's of growth and of achievement and of knowing and setting out exactly how you see things before you. This full moon lightens the way so you can fully and completely trust yourself and your ability to create and manifest whatever it is you want. The power is working through you and the world is in your hands. So close your eyes now and picture the globe from the card in your hands. Notice the globe as it begins to spin slowly and it morphs into an orb of light. Notice the color of the light and feel the orb expand around you. Feel its magic. Now notice how this feels. Does it feel familiar? And just write down your feelings and your experience to start this transformation, to start this plan.
Your affirmation is, I am a powerful creator. I know my heart and I am committed to my path. And so it is. Work with the crystal carnelian for empowered action during this period of time.
For the sun in Gemini, While this month offers you important insights into your personal relationships, the lunar eclipse energy for you will shift the focus more onto your own life, your personal image, and your decisions. You're learning the importance of prioritizing your own needs over everything else. So lean in, listen to your heart when it comes to defining what your next steps are. For Moon in Gemini, the potential for the communication of harmony to help foster right human relationships is prominent. Look for ways to bring people together by recognizing patterns of relationships and communications. See through the patterns of untruths in order to either break down outworn models of social interchange or to instigate new ones in original ways.
The Three of Cups came through for you, Gemini. This is all about celebration. Plan something. It is time for you to get out and enjoy being in the spotlight, sharing time and energy with friends. If you haven't already, plan something significant for the night of the full moon eclipse. Invite others to join you and use this energy to celebrate the magic and magnificence of life at the moment. Focusing on this higher vibration and the beauty of coming together and sharing space, energy, and love. This card brings you the message of the importance of sharing your spiritual journey and the growth you've already come through with others, to teach and to learn and to expand together. So just close your eyes and imagine now that you're holding one of the cups from the card's image. Notice what is in the cup, or do you fear to look, or do you feel excitement of what is waiting for you?
Your affirmation is, in joy I celebrate myself, my journey and all the lessons. In joy I celebrate my life. Its beauty and abundance is here for me, and so it is. Work with the crystal Bumblebee Jasper for celebration and joy during this time.
The esoteric view for Sun in Cancer. This full moon has the power to bring about some deep subconscious healing for you. So allow yourself that time to rest and soak in the power of this lunar elixir. While facing repressed wounds instead of pushing them aside takes a lot of courage, trust that these winds are turning in a new direction that'll take you to a place that'll make it an easy heal. Moon in Cancer. Here the moon provides the strongest link to the past, allowing you to create a space that nurtures but does not necessarily provide an opportunity for growth. This is a mind space where you will have to consciously choose to bring about your own healing, so your universal purpose could be better served.
The Six of Swords came through for you, Cancer. Now this full moon eclipse energy brings you the opportunity to turn the corner and to begin to consider yourself and your journey in a new light. You're moving now into much more calm waters and have a more objective and considerate view of where you have come from. New horizons are awaiting you, and the balance of what you can do practically here and now is going to serve you greatly in your own spiritual journey. This could be being willing to leave situations, thought processes, or hesitations behind you, freeing yourself from shackles and feeling brave enough to simply walk away. Feeling uncomfortable or uncertain is something for you to be paying attention to, as it has been your body's and your heart's way of communicating to you. Ignoring this further is only going to exacerbate and intensify this energy. There are 6 swords on this card. Close your eyes now and link each sword, name something or someone for each of them. Make a note of a feeling that comes with each of the swords. Now ask yourself, have you felt this before? Is this a feeling you have inherited, or is it yours? Do you want to keep this feeling? And how can the shadow part of this feeling support your light right now?
Your affirmation is, fully supported by Mother Earth, I let it all go. Releasing all that no longer serves me, I find a gentle flow. And so it is. Work with the crystal Apache tears for support and flow during this period of time.
Sun in Leo. As the sun rules Leo, you may feel a deeper pull to express yourself within this eclipse energy. Stay away from stressful situations and don't take undue advantage of your responsibilities or the rights of others, or it may come back to bite you. Pay attention to the expenditure of money and don't be careless about your health. For Moon in Leo, self-consciousness forms the nature of your instinctual response to environmental circumstances. But this energy comes to transform life from this of self-conscious expression into the proper vehicle for higher group consciousness in order to learn to intently focus on the creative use of form beyond the self.
The Ace of Pentacles. Trusting yourself and trusting what comes next is most important for you now. This moon may bring to light for you more about what you are ready to make space for in your own life. It will be about trusting the process and being able to relinquish control over what it is you cannot control. Namely, this is other people, their thoughts, their feelings, and their actions. This ace asks you to focus more on what you can do to achieve tangible results, and also speaks of fresh starts and clean slates. If you need to use this full moon eclipse to forgive yourself, perfect. Anything you can do to ground and connect with Mother Earth can really help support you to release. Being vulnerable is okay. Going deeper into yourself right now is going to be your way forward. Material gain is a part of the world we live in, and just be mindful not to be too focused in this area that you will miss the balance of the other areas of your life. What comes from above needs the steady hand of below. You are a worthy and powerful creator. It is time to become more conscious of this. Now you can close your eyes and feel yourself holding this coin from the card. Notice how it feels. Is it heavy? And what is it made of? Now breathe deeply and change the state of the coin into something else. Notice if this felt easy or it was a struggle. And how does the coin feel now? Write down your feelings and experiences here.
Your affirmation is, I trust my inner compass. It guides my path ahead. I see my destination clearly. Magic lies ahead. And so it is. Work with the crystal labradorite for manifesting your desires during this period of time.
The esoteric view for Sun in Virgo. All eyes might feel like they're on you right now, so there could be major shifts in areas of career and means of security. Be on the lookout for new ways to make connections and gather some helpful information around things that really matter to you for your future, as this eclipse is sweeping in with some extra twists. If doors close, just trust that new ones will open, and when they do, just stroll on through. Moon in Virgo. Here there is a great potential toward world service, as you have the power at this time to reveal the purpose and function of love within life. Such tasks as helping others, connecting to the plant and animal kingdoms, and teaching others to do the same can be the best way to use this energy.
We have the Six of Wands for you, Virgo. Now, whatever this full moon eclipse brings to light for you is going to be a significant breakthrough and something you will receive acclaim and acknowledgement for in a group or public setting. You may be looking around you wondering how life could possibly get any better, and this is a lovely space to be in. But please remember to stay humble and grateful for how you got where you are and for all that you learnt and experienced along the way. Use this full moon to illuminate any conscious ego thoughts or habits that are continuing to block your progress. This eclipse gives you the space to face your truth. You are being called forward into the excellence it takes to carry out your ultimate dreams. Yet you are much more than this single moment of inspiration. Now imagine being on stage and people are cheering and applauding. What is it for? What energy is surging through you at that moment? Breathe into it and notice how you are feeling about the intention. And feel free to write down what you are feeling and experiencing.
Your affirmation is, I am grateful for this day, these blessings, or the abundance of life I receive daily. My heart is filled with love, gratitude, and joy, and so it is. Work with the crystal amethyst for gratitude and high vibrations during this period of time.
For the sun in Libra, balance here is your talent. So now's a great time to find a happy medium between your desire for freedom and your day-to-day responsibilities. The eclipse energy is opening your mind to new possibilities and ways of connecting within the world and with the world. So allow all of these revelations to unfold and then integrate them into your lifestyle. For Moon in Libra, this energy is to expand human relationships that are needed to unite humanity into consciously working as a whole. On the personality level, this energy anchors in partnership, but in this high array, it focuses on blending humanity for the harmonious externalization of learning to create unity in diversity.
Now, the Nine of Cups is your card, and there is an opportunity for you during this full moon eclipse to give yourself some praise, attention, and limelight. If you are wanting to make a wish, now is the perfect time. It is important that you are willing to take full responsibility for putting into place the necessary actions and steps towards making this happen. You can create anything, but it is going to need your own energy and effort to come to fruition. Keeping your momentum forward is one of the main practical messages with this card. If you have achieved large or small breakthroughs in your own spiritual journey, there is much more in store for you. With this full moon energy, this can be a good time for you to release and let go of any other people's high expectations of who you are, what you have done, and what you plan to do next. Let them dance to their own tune and you to yours. Be okay with feeling joy within, regardless of those around you. Now picture yourself sitting straight and tall, supported and relaxed, with the 9 cups surrounding you. Take one of the cups and notice that it's filled to the brim with glowing orange light. And smile to yourself as this light holds the frequency of your sacral chakra and invites you to bathe in this energy of emotional pleasure. The cup begins to overflow with this light, and you can imagine this light pouring gently onto your lap, over your legs, over your feet. Notice how this light feels to you and write down anything that comes through.
Your affirmation is, I am on the right path. I create what I desire. I step forward each day with action and focus. And so it is. Work with the crystal clear quartz for manifestation and momentum during this period of time.
The sun in Scorpio, the full moon eclipse is here to shine a spotlight on all of your emotional baggage. But don't let that scare you. Instead, this is an opportunity to do a deep clean of all of the skeletons. Scorpios are really at home in their internal nest of intense emotions, so we can often hesitate to let some of that go. But now is the time, because any resentment or grudge energy can't serve the world as we move forward. For Moon in Scorpio, in traditional astrology, this placement is rather emotionally cold and closed off, but on this deeper level, this energy forces total raw expression in order to expose the healing properties of the higher self. through the forceful breaking down of old, instinctive, non-regenerative emotional habits, new connection between spirit and matter can manifest.
We have the Eight of Pentacles. Now, Scorpio, you may feel as though you've already put in the hard work and you've come a long way, and this is very true. However, this card is asking you to remain dedicated to your craft, as there is still a way to go, and this full moon eclipse is bringing you an opportunity to really focus and concentrate on a particular breakthrough that may have been eluding you up until now. You may already know what this is, or you may want to ask for specifics in your own meditation or prayers. With this card, the more you give to this situation or question, the more you will receive. Especially practical ways of working with this card during the eclipse will be through your routines and through taking advantage of the power of repetition. Work with different ways of the same theme. Read, listen, watch, speak, explain. Variety will help your mind stay interested and provide the opportunity for different ideas and viewpoints to find you. Now close your eyes and picture yourself holding one of the 8 coins. This coin is the final masterpiece of your creation. What do you feel as you're looking at it? This feeling will give you insights into the next steps that are required.
Your affirmation is, I am committed to myself and following my path. I am rewarded by my efforts and reap the benefits of my hard work. And so it is. Work with the crystal garnet for ambition and focus during this time.
Sagittarius, this lunar eclipse is teaching you the power of clear, fair, and honest communication. While the shake-ups of the eclipse may bring some drama, diplomacy will help clear that up. So manipulation, mismanagement, and inconsideration of others will not fare well for you with this energy. So it's time to be real or be quiet. Moon in Sagittarius, this position expresses the need for emotional fulfillment through the physical senses and through the realization of ideological goals. This is the energy that gives awareness to humanity's practical needs. Altruism beckons you to stand up and find your voice in order to harness your altruistic ideologies to sustain humanity's well-being.
The 9 of Wands. Whatever it is that has brought you to this very moment had its purpose, whether this be emotional pain or physical or spiritual or mental. The time for sitting in this lower vibration is over. The time to release this power these experiences have held over you is upon you now with this full moon eclipse. Any way that you can practically work with and enhance your self-awareness is going to serve you wonderfully over this period. Keeping a journal and bringing some attention to what triggers you or makes you feel emotionally defensive will be especially eye-opening. Identify or list out your strengths and weaknesses, but try to do this without labeling them as good or bad, and instead see them as areas you can share with others, your strengths, and areas you can further enhance within yourself, your weaknesses. If you do the work, you can be prepared for some massive breakthroughs. Now look at the card and notice the wand he's holding on to. Now I want you to allow this wand to be your driving stake into the ground, a point in time where you say, no more power over me, I will decide. Where does this passion come from within you? Where is it that your fire still burns? Write down what you feel and any experiences you have here.
Your affirmation is, I release all that no longer serves me. I let it go with ease. I breathe in filaments of crystalline light, allowing the highest vibrations of love to fill me. And so it is. Work with the crystal smoky quartz for breaking stagnant energy and raising vibrations during this time.
Capricorn, No matter how busy and chaotic your responsibilities and schedules feel under this eclipse energy, it's so important for you to slow down, to take a breath, and to sink into your heart so that you are ready to healthily process the changes that will be taking place. If your moon is in Capricorn, this energy is about removing material attachment in order to awaken the awareness of duality. Mine, yours, ours, theirs. This is accomplished through the structuring of personal and collective resources for the benefit of all, a reshuffling or redistribution of sorts. Don't fight it because you will only make it worse. It's about the lesson behind the situation.
The Five of Swords for you, Capricorn. Now, are you coming or are you going? This card, along with the energy of the full moon eclipse, feels to me like that it's asking you to draw a line in the sand. There is a sense of having overcome some obstacles recently, and that although you do feel victorious, the battle isn't yet over. And on top of that, the rules have changed. What you've already broken through, despite the decks being stacked against you, will now depend on your own personal perspective of whether it was worth it or not. Allow this full moon to fully illuminate these feelings and ask yourself, am I putting my own interests above everyone else's? Should I be going about things in this way? What is so important that I need to be right more than anything else? This current situation or person or experience doesn't define you. That is for you to choose for yourself. Now notice the figure in the card and sit with it for a moment. What do you feel you are continuing to hold on to, and what are you now ready to let fall away?
Your affirmation is, I am empowered in my choices. I choose what is right for me. My heart's desires are illuminated, guiding me on my way. And so it is. Work with the crystal moonstone for empowerment and renewal during this period of time.
Aquarius, all the shifts may feel stressful for you emotionally, but the best way for you to cope with the intensity is to do what brings you joy. Find ways to have fun, to be childlike, and to sink into creative projects. You are in the energy of the new age, and so you transform these waves of change by using them to create something new. Moon in Aquarius, this eclipse is working to arm you with the tools for world service. So this energy lends itself to the unveiling of a higher purpose within which love forms the foundation through the channels of forgiveness and personal responsibility. This time may have you having to make some tough decisions between head and heart.
We have the King of Swords. Now, it is not the time for you, Aquarius, to force things and push through regardless. There is a bigger picture here and more pieces in play than you could possibly know right now. It will be important for you to speak your mind and choose your words with honesty and intention. Through this full moon period, you will have the opportunity to have a very objective view of your life right now and the decisions that surround you. You will find it easy to cut through any confusions and trust in the inspiration and ideas that you have. Writing things down and communicating these ideas with clarity is going to serve you best through this eclipse period. In this way, there can be little margin of error or misinterpretation, and it also gives you the opportunity to review and fine-tune things. So close your eyes and breathe deeply as you open the energy to your third eye chakra and gratefully receive beautiful, glowing violet light. Feel this light washing over your mind and bringing you clear thoughts and clear pathways with your decisions. Ask for your intentions and motives to be revealed, and trust what comes.
Your affirmation is, I am clear in my words. I am open in my hearing. I speak my truth and listen with trust. And so it is. Work with the crystal aquamarine for clear communication and truth during this time.
Pisces, Protect your sensitive feelings from the intensity of this eclipse by building yourself a safe, loving, and nurturing haven. While you may be dealing with revelations related to your family or home life that really shake your sense of foundation, trust that you can handle the drama and retreat to the comfort of close friends to help restore your sense of security. For Moon in Pisces, this can be one of the most valuable positions for a person on the soul path. Once the emotional energy is harnessed and held by the mind, this energy helps to enact the power of will in order to activate the universal plan of love wisdom through this never-ending compassion and devotion.
The Lovers card for you, Pisces. With this eclipse, you have the opportunity of lighting up and defining clearly and concisely what love means to you. Not only romantic love, but universal, complete love of self, of another, of source, of all. With this full moon, you have the opportunity to open and release a deeper part of understanding yourself, the deepest part. The work on self and the effort required here is always well worth it. Think of the practical and tangible things your heart is calling for you to do that you can do today to bring yourself more love awareness into your life. This week, leading into the full moon and the days following. Writing poetry, journaling, dancing, any artistic creation, vision boards, daydreaming. You are going to create whatever it is that you are focusing on most right now. So I want you to imagine the light of the moon illuminating the path of your soul. What is it revealing for you? What dreams of yours are shining the brightest?
Your affirmation is, I am a being of love. I radiate love to all beings, and I openly receive love. I am love in its highest form, and so it is. Work with the crystal rose quartz for unconditional love during this period of time.
Thanks everyone for watching. Click on the links below for further information on how you can work with us. Find us on Instagram and MeWe and Insight Timer. If you want to have a look at more ways you can work with us, please visit our website on the links below.
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you liked this video and share it with others that you feel may benefit. You are a beautiful gift.